Have you heard a lot about living in Princeton, and are you wondering, is it a good place to live? In this video, I'm going to cover all that you need to know about living in Princeton, Texas. I'm Keela McGraw, your favorite Dallas-Fort Worth realtor, and we've helped a lot of people relocate to the area. If you are thinking about where to relocate to in the Metroplex, especially if you're thinking about that North Dallas area, Princeton is probably one of those cities that should be on your radar. In fact, according to the U.S. Census data, Princeton is the third fastest growing city in the country. Princeton's population has increased by 22% between the years of 2022 and 2023. This is a city that is certainly in growth mode. There's still a lot of land and new housing developments being brought to Princeton, and people are noticing. In fact, niche.com gave Princeton an overall grade of a B+. So I'm going to share some things you'll want to know about living in Princeton. We'll talk about shopping, schools, crime, and we'll definitely want to talk about housing because Princeton has been in the news recently over housing and growth. So let's talk about where Princeton is located. It is north of Dallas and east of McKinney. It sits in Collin County, which if you've looked at some of my other videos, you'll realize that Collin County is one of the fastest growing counties in the nation. You have access to several highways living in Princeton. You have Highway 75, which runs north and south, as well as Highway 380, which runs east and west. There's also the Sam Rayburn Tollway, which is actually in McKinney. It runs through McKinney, so you can get on that Sam Rayburn Tollway from Highway 75. And you're looking at about a 45-minute commute to the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport and a 50-minute commute to Dallas Love Field. If you need to travel to downtown Dallas, it's about 50 minutes. And if you're going to downtown Fort Worth, it's about an hour drive. Surprisingly, the cost of living in Princeton is one that is still affordable. According to payscale.com, Princeton's cost of living is actually 1% less than the national average. Stay tuned to the end. That's when we're going to dive into housing costs, which is usually your largest expense. Now, things to do in Princeton. It is still a smaller city and it does still have that small town feel. I love how Princeton has a variety of community events that they have going on throughout the year. They have a 4th of July celebration, a fall festival, they have tree lighting around Christmas time, and they do movies in the park. They have Lake Lavon, which is nearby, and of course you can go fishing there. They have several boat ramps where you can access the water with a boat if you do choose to, and just enjoy all the things that you can enjoy with that lake experience. Princeton has 4 parks that you can enjoy throughout the city, and there's plenty to do in nearby McKinney, which is just a few minutes away. So you'll want to check out this McKinney video if you haven't already. Princeton does have its own school district. It's Princeton Independent School District. And according to the Texas Education Agency, Princeton ISD has earned a ranking of an A, 93 out of 100. And consistently over the years, Princeton has ranked as an overall district as an A or B, according to the Texas Education Agency. Princeton ISD is made up of 14 schools and they serve over 9,000 students. And because of the rapid growth, the district is going to continue to build new schools to accommodate those new students that are moving into the district. The good news is that according to crimegrade.org, Princeton earned an overall grading of an A in crime and safety. Now keep in mind, Princeton is a smaller town, so I'm not surprised that it does have an A rating from crimegrade.org, but just keep in mind that you'll want to reach out to the local agencies to get more specific data. Now let's dive into housing. I was really excited to learn that the median price of a home in Princeton is $347,000 as of August of 2024. The median price of a home in all of DFW is about $375,000. So you do get more bang for your buck in Princeton. And also, if you want to compare that housing cost to Collin County overall, the median price of a home in Collin County is $500,000. Now, $350,000 will get you a nice 3 to 4 bedroom house with 2 to 3 bathrooms and probably around 1,700 to 2,000 square feet. The exciting thing about Princeton is they are experiencing a boom, so you have lots to choose from when it comes to new construction communities. And that very reason is attracting a lot of people to the area. Now, with that population growth, of course, there are going to be some roadblocks and things that may arise that the city leaders have paid close attention to. In fact, the Princeton City Council recently passed a moratorium on new residential housing to allow those city officials to really thoroughly assess the city's infrastructure and their public services. The city cited rapid expansion in recent years that has stressed the public services such as water, sewage system, roads, and of course, emergency services. Now, this moratorium is going to last for about 120 days. It could last longer. It just kind of depends on how things are settled and how things are developing during that time span. So this is definitely something that you want to keep an eye out on if you're considering moving to Princeton. Just realize there is a lot of rapid growth, but the city is paying attention to that growth. And honestly, any city that is experiencing rapid growth, you'll want to pay attention to what's happening in those city council meetings to see if those cities are keeping up with that growth and how it's affecting the infrastructure of the cities. Do you have any questions about buying a home in the Princeton area? Give me a call, text, or email, and I'll see you in the next video.